Hey guys, so today we're going to be popping this cherry. This here is a Lyman tradesman rifle. It's a 50 caliber percussion cap black powder rifle. So we're basically going to load her up and try it out. So I'll just show you the kit that I've set up for this. So this is just a quick little setup I put together with a toiletries bag. Real simple. And I sort of put it in order. So I've got my black powder here with my powder measure. I've got my percussion cap primers with my patch. And then down here I've got the balls and the ball starter. So we're going to start off by putting 60 grains of powder into the powder charge. Into the powder measure. Now, I'm sitting in a big mud puddle here, so just going to warn you all that I'm sort of in a mud puddle. So I've got this powder scale here, and the way you use this, if you don't know, is there's a little numbering system on there. As you can see, it goes 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, all the way up to about 130 grain. So we're going to be putting ours on 60 grain because we're shooting a 50 caliber ball, so 50 grain should be enough. And the nice thing about black powder is if you put too much in, you're just going to blow the powder out. So you can't put too much in, but you don't want an air block. That's #1 rule. So my gun's all clean, so we're starting off with a fresh virgin gun that's just been cleaned. So we're not too worried about this as far as having any amber or anything like that in the gun. So I'll just start off by putting 60 grains of powder into our volume measure here. Now a powder horn would be a lot better, but I don't have one yet. I may make one, but till then, that'll do. So I've just got it flush to the top. A black powder, 60 grain. Here, I'll just angle the camera in a way that you guys can see. So, it's full. Alright. And we're going to be shooting at the dummy right there. Don't have a big enough table for my problem. And also the fact I'm in mud makes it a little hard. It'd be nice to be shooting on some dry land. So I got the rifle set on my foot, the boot. Just make sure the powder drops down into the bottom. We take a patch. This here is a Hornby pre-lubed patch. And we just set that sort of there. So I got my ball. This here is a 50 caliber steel ball, hand casted by me. And we set that on top of our muzzle. And you want to keep your face out of the way. And this is where you start it, with the ball starter. So that gets it into that far. Now you're not ready to shoot. If you shoot now, you're going to basically blow out your barrel, because we only got the ball about that deep. This is where you take out your ramrod now. If you use your ramrod from the very beginning and just push it in, you might break it, so that's why the ball starter is handy. And cram it down. Now, we want to make sure that's in there good, and keep your face away from that muzzle. I don't have a primer on this yet, so it is safe. It's on safety. This firearm is considered unloaded until I put the primer on it, even though I've packed it. So this gun can sit in the closet like so, if I really wanted to. So we're ready to put our percussion cap on this. It's really nice in the weather to calm up. It's been raining and storming for the last few days, and it's called for rain today too, but didn't get any. So I pulled that back, as you can see, and we have our nipple exposed. So I take one of these little copper percussion caps, super tiny, and that sits on there. And now, I'm just going to set this on the ground for a second. I'm just going to release this and just let it sit for now. And you still got to be careful with this, because it is sitting there. If I hit that hammer, I could actually trigger this to go off. So, we are loaded. I'm going to get my ear on. Just put my earplugs. So I'm going to shoot this guy now. We're going to take a shot at our dummy. I'm going to see if we can get just a little bit better view here. There we go. Alright. Alright. So, got it back. Now this is half cock safety. If I just get one click, that is safe. All the way back. Okay. Well, it worked. Take that off and let's try that one more time. That was a lot of fun. That went real smooth. I'm going to try that again with another 60 grains here. Yeah, it's real stinky. Smells like sulfur. I like to see on a dry day where the ground's dry how fast I could fire 3 rounds. Something I'd like to try out. Now this is very important for your second fire. You pour that in there, just in case it fires, because there might be a hot amber in here. So, oh wow, that got my heart racing. It's the first time I've ever fired this. Let's try another ball. Oh wow, this is fun. Okay. Just fumbled around my cap here. Alright. Just wanted to show the half cock safety for those who don't know. So you set it when you're walking in the woods. You want it set like that if you're going to walk with the cap on there. As you see, my little nipple and cap is on. This way, if I hit the hammer, it's not going to fire. Very safe. And then when you're ready to shoot, you just pull that back. If you don't want that click, put your finger ever so slightly on that trigger, but you got to hold it real firm because you don't want it to slip. And then you can let it go back. Absolutely quiet, so there's no click. And then same thing when you release. And as you can see, I let that touch, and then you go half cock. So there you go. I'm going to take another shot now. It's very accurate. I'm sure there's a way I can get all this stuff pre-done, so I just have to stick the ball in the patch, you know, but just starting out. Percussion cap. Percussion cap is slippery. Let's go for the chest. So there you go. Take you over to the, look at all that smoke. As you see, I got a good backdrop behind there. There's a big berm that basically catches all that I shoot, so it's all safe. But there's one shot, there's a second shot, and then I hit him right in the chest, right there. So nice big holes. It's pretty deadly. I've shot other things at this as well, so these are probably buckshot slugs, stuff like that. But that's my 50 cal I just, so I think that's my 50 cal I just fired. That's fresh. This one's old, so that's the 50 cal. So there you go. Fuck, I'm gonna shoot one more. Okay, so I've loaded it, and we're gonna do one more shot. I'm gonna go for a dirty, low shot on this guy. Oh. That'd be a nad shot. Definitely a nad shot. I don't know. It's amazing though. It's like no recoil, basically, is the best way to describe it. It really feels like there's, I could shoot this like that. And maybe I should try it. I don't know. Alright, I'll go one more. I blow through it. I've seen these Davy Crockett look-alike guys on some parade, and they were shooting these things, just blanks basically, and they're marching down the street. But every time they fired a shot, I noticed they blew through their nipple. They're clearing out any kind of amber. So I do that sometimes, and well, I mean, today's my first day shooting this, but I mean, I think it's a good idea to do that. So. I mean, this is my first day shooting black powder, by the way. It's my first time shooting this gun. I've once shot black powder in Scotland when I was a cadet. Basically, we were on an exchange where they sent a bunch of Scottish guys out to Canada, and they sent us over there for just under a month, basically. and did some training with their guys. Lots of fun. Some of them were definitely SAS members, so very exciting to train with them. It's the first time I ever shot a machine gun. But yeah, we got a day to shoot basically a whole bunch of different guns, and one of them was the black powder rifle. We shot them a little bit differently there. They don't look down the sights, I've noticed. They look away because of the spark from the percussion. I don't know if everyone in the UK does that, but that's how I was instructed to do it. But if you're wearing glasses like I am right now, I think it's pretty safe to look down your barrel. So just keep doing this only one way. If you do it only one way, I don't think you can really mess up. If you change up your routine, you might get a little muddled around and forget to do something like put your powder in there, and then you got yourself a real problem. So there we go. Got this on the half-cock safety. And I don't know, I feel like shooting something a little bit different. How about we go over here? We'll zoom in on this. All sorts of shooting junk. There we go. We're gonna aim for that jug. Right, I don't know if you can see my muzzle. There you go. Oh, actually, I've just changed my mind. I'm going for the gong. I'm gonna go for the low gong. Oops, sorry. That one, right there. Okay. So I'm about close to 50 feet away. Oh, we nailed them. Let's go see the damage. Oh my God. It went right through it. Holy shit. Wow. It got caught up. It looks like it hit the board. So it went here, a part of it. I'm sure that ball's just laying down there. That's cool. Oh, I'm impressed. All right, I got one more thing to shoot. All right, we got a new target. This is going to be very interesting. I've always wanted to do this. This is an industrial fire extinguisher. And it needs something heavy to shoot it because it's very strong. And I think my 50 cal might actually do this. And I've got a whole new respect for this gun now. Ever since I went through that cast iron pot, I think this gun is the shiznit. So, let's see what happens. I'm going to pull out because this is supposed to be pretty good. I think that'll be good. Okay, so I'm standing right here beside the camera. I want to be at a safe distance because this thing's going to blow up, hopefully. Take aim. Put a dent in it. We're going to try another shot on it. I was off to the side, so we got a bit of deflection. So, I'm going to aim for center. And probably get it. Alright. Second try. Second attempt. I'm going to move in just a tad bit closer. And hit center. Okay. There you go. Just put nice big dents in it. I'm going to do one more shot on that same spot. And if it doesn't do it, then I think we'll need something a little heavier to shoot that. Just quickly load up. and see if I can burst this thing. So, whoops, sorry, just trying to zoom out here. Okay. Alright, I don't think it's going to burst it. It's just too strong. But, and there you go. It doesn't seem to want to tear through it, unfortunately. I'm going to have to use, I think something steel, like a full metal jacket of some form. This lead is just, I guess, too soft for that can. It's under a lot of pressure. It's a industrial fire extinguisher. But anyway, there you go. I think that gives a basic demonstration. I feel pretty good. Alright. Alright, so there's one last experiment I wanted to try. This is something I thought of a little while ago, and I've loaded it. It's ready to go, but instead of using the brass percussion caps, I want to try one of these. You can break them off or just stick it on like so. It does fit. However, I actually don't know if it's going to fire it or not. Something I really wanted to try, so why not try it? It didn't work. So, that shows that. And it was a bad idea, because I just plugged up my nipple. So, it won't work. I'm going to take the nipple out. I'll push a piece of thing through it, and then we'll fire it again. Alright, so we're going to take one more shot. Basically, hit this one can. Oops. I forgot to put on my glasses. I better do that. Okay. Oh, we killed it. Let's go check this out. Woo, look at all that smoke. We went right through it. Oh, that's not it. Wrong one. Oops. My bad. Here we go. We went right through it. Oh, beautiful. Look at that. And here's my slug. Right there. Just laying right there. So we're going to take this and I'm going to recast that. Throw that with all my other pieces of bullets and stuff. Got some steel fragment in there. But look how it just cuts right through it. So I'm very surprised we weren't able to cut through this. We sliced right through the propane can, no problem. Just went through it like butter. And we could only put dents on it. Oh! Habib did hit it. My friend, he took a shot and we thought he missed because I counted these three, which were mine. But I can see where he hit it. He did hit. So I'll have to let him know that. He'll be happy to hear. So, pretty accurate gun. And there's a mushroom slug, basically. Yeah, pretty cool. So, man, I'm really happy with this gun. That's all I can say. I've always wanted a black powder, and I finally got one. And it is so much fun to shoot. It's very, like I said, low recoil as far as the bang goes. It's really loud, but a lot of fun to shoot. And Yeah, I mean the Barrett 50 cal I would imagine would be a real shoulder thumper, but this guy is not. So there you go. All right. So basically done shooting for now. Gonna have to go home and clean my gun now. Well, going home like I'm far, but anyways, as you can see, I don't really know what to look for here when you're inspecting your patches after shooting, but that one to me looks really good, and some of these are a little torn and maybe a bit too much powder is my guess. Sort of tore the ball through the patch. I'm getting sort of a streak. You can see the rifling, I guess, and I don't know. To me, it doesn't look too bad. You can tell where I didn't center the ball in properly on the patch, and that's all me. It's not anything to do with the gun. So, of course, the more center on the patch you are, the more accurate you're always going to be. So, definitely something to think about when you're loading these things. So, I mean, one thing to say about black powder rifles is you need a lot of equipment to make them work. You got to carry all this stuff out in the field pretty much. It's sort of a, I guess, an inconvenience. So having the cartridge rifle was a big step up for basically everyone in the firearm community. So anyway, yeah. It's the old shooting range. Basically, I'll just quickly go over some of the stuff we were shooting. So we're shooting the hit me dummy. Oh, there's the fresh shot. Right there. There's one. And I shot him at right here. That was the low shot that I went for. The nad shot, basically, I called it. And you can see where it came right out. Blew right out here. So, yeah, it's a pretty powerful gun, I must say. And through his face, of course. Blasted right, and then through to there. I mean, we're just shooting wood, but when it cuts up that metal, it's amazing. I'm actually quite surprised I wasn't able to put a hole in this guy, because we definitely put a hole in the cast iron frying pan over here. And I shot this guy, put that hole in it, and I mean, look how nice a hole it puts in. Just a real nice round hole. So we've got a 50 caliber bullet probably laying somewhere over there. I got this bullet trap, basically. That's what all that's set up for. Is the rounds get caught up in there and then I can get them out and recast. So it's one of the ideas. I got these pellet traps too. Same idea, is when I shoot at them, all the pellets, they fall into these trays and I can dig them out and recast. So every shot that I fire has the potential of being reused, which is kind of cool. So there you go. That was the black powder rifle for today. Now, I didn't catch this one on camera, but I shot this one too with the 50 cal. As you can see, it went right in and it cracked the back end. This is the lid for a 100-pound propane tank to protect the valve. And we just cut right through it and then split the back end. So, I don't know, these guns against light plating will definitely go right through it. So there you are. This is one I shot with off camera, basically. And that's going in, and it hit and got caught up, basically. But went through steel, I think it's steel. It's basically the same thing as a propane can's made of. This is the top lid for a 100-pound tank to protect the valve, basically. And we cut through it like butter at about, it was just 20 feet. Not far, but you can see the power these things have at close range. And you could blast one of these things right through a door, no problem.